The tree of liberty has been thirsty for too long. I am the spark, the powder, the match, the shot that rang, the line in the patch. I am the night they tossed the tea, the oath they swore to die free. You can chain my hands, you can break my bones, but you'll never own my soul. Midnight sky, the reason tyrants die. I am 1776, lightning, thunder, iron, and grit. Every musket, every fist. I am 1776. Oh, 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 oh. I am 1776. The flag they tried to burn, the shot that made the empire turn. I am the rebel, the Minuteman, the ink that wrote we can. We hold these truths, hear my boots on the cobblestone, hear my war cry, shake the throne. My drum, you know it's near. Your reign of fear ends here. I am 1776. Lightning, thunder, iron, and grit. Every musket, every fist. I am 1776. Oh, oh, oh. 1776.
It's Frisky Friday. Hello, everybody. Let's see. There's Mark. There's George.
Morning, Trixie.
Morning.
Good morning, George.
Good morning, Mark. How are you? Good morning.
Good.
How's your friend doing?
Good. Well, yeah, as good as can be expected. Thank you for asking, though. It was an unusual thing, but hopefully things are going to be looking good for him now.
Okay. All right. What is Sean here? Is he coming in? Or no?
Well, Sean's here. He's probably just remember he had something to do today. So
He's
when
probably still in makeup, you think?
No, he's working. So he was going to have to cut off today. He was only going to be here a little bit today for Friday because they changed some of his work.
That's weird. I noticed when I tried to say good morning to Florida for Trump. Looks like my whole post got grayed out. I don't know if it's something about Greg. Yeah, I don't know.
I can't do it. Well, I can't do anything. I got to read the prayer and then I can get into the Rumble chat. I don't have my other computer with me to check it out. So let's do the prayer and then I can get out of it.
To be on mute.
No, it's you. Can you hear me, George? George froze.
George, you can't hear her either, can you? Or can anybody even hear me?
My mic is going, so I don't know. Maybe you're gonna have to go back in, come back. I don't know. I can't tell if George can hear me, and I'm not on the screen for Rumble. So let me get on the screen for Rumble and then go back to the prayer, and then I'll find out if anybody can. Can you guys in the chat hear me? Okay, yeah, they can hear me. So it's you, Mark. You're gonna have to go back out and come back in. And George is frozen. George is gonna have to come back in. Hang on a second there. George, can you hear me?
Yeah, I just lost the signal for some reason.
Yeah, okay. Mark's the only one that can't. Mark can't hear me, so it's him.
Going out and coming back in.
Yeah. Everybody said they can hear me, so it's got to be. I can hear you, Mark, but everybody else says they can hear me. So I don't know. Anyways, I'm going to go back to prayer and then I'll go back to the other chat. All right. Hang on, guys. Hang on, guys. I don't have my extra computer with me. Oh, gosh. All right. All right. So we're going to prayer. And we know that for those who love God, all things work together for good, for those who are called according to his purpose. And that's Romans 8:28. So it's for encouragement for God to bring positive outcomes for all situations and for his people. And I think we need that with things that are going on today. So I'm going to pop out of that and then I'll go back over to Rumble so I can read what you guys are writing. All right, there we go. So everything's good. And I'm going to put the pledge up and then we'll get rocking and rolling for Friday.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
There we go. And there. All right, now I got you back. We already did the prayer and the pledge, Mark, so now we're ready to rock and roll. So.
Okay. Oh, sorry I missed it. What happened? Could you guys hear me, or it was just me?
It was just you.
Okay, that was like Trixie's.
I don't know what it is. It's you got earbuds in, and I think that's what it is because none of us wear them.
Yeah, but I mean I do that every show, but
just a fluke, maybe. Coming
yeah,
in.
it's a Motor City thing. I'm still in Detroit.
We
here.
need that with things that are. I can hear somebody talking over us behind you or something.
That's weird. There's nobody else here. It's not coming from here.
Pop out of that.
But I heard what you said. I heard the talking too.
No, I can hear a woman talking. So good. And I'm going to put the pledge up, and then we'll get. That's me. Somebody's got something going.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
Hold on, I gotta
of
get out
the
of
United
West.
States
Hold
of
on a
America and to the republic for which it stands, nation under God.
Yeah, I can hear the whole thing repeating.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just
Can
what
you
happened
make
is
me
I'm
stand for the repeat
going
of it?
through the car, the photo.
Oh, okay. All right.
Have a little
It's George.
patience, you know. Little patience, yeah.
Well, we're off to a pretty good start here.
I don't know. Anyways, so things have been going.
Go ahead.
Huh?
I said, go ahead. It's fine.
Yeah, that's what I was to say.
Okay.
Things have been going pretty weird, anyways, with everything that's been going on. They keep talking about those scientists and everything, and look how long ago we started talking about that. I mean, we did that. I think it was a couple of weeks ago, wasn't it? It had to have been a couple of weeks ago.
Yep.
Oh, okay. There's Sean. Morning, Sean.
Good morning.
Can you hear us?
What?
Can you hear us?
What'd you say?
You're going to start out already on Friday.
Yeah,
man.
so I can't hear a word you're saying. Hey, everybody's on the road, it looks like today, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. That's crazy.
Hang on 1 second.
Boy, we're just off to a heck of a start here today.
No, it was worse. It was worse the day before. Well, no, 2 days ago when my internet cut totally freaking out. And then yesterday we had a drop and it had to restream, but I think it dropped for about 2 or 3 minutes, and then it was like Panic City and everything. So now I can see I can read the chat too. I've got it on my leg over here. So.
Yeah, see, I got booted out of chat, so I'm trying to see if I can get back in there right now.
Yeah, so see, we were talking about those scientists. Now that stuff is like going crazy on the mainstream.
Now. Yeah, it's mainstream.
Yeah.
One more time, breaking news here on Wake Up Patriots. It finally ends up going, to the White House press conference.
Yeah, so what we were talking about was there like maybe 2 weeks ago. It was part of wormhole or something like that. And at that point, there was 8, possibly 9 missing. So Yeah, we're ahead of it, but they're not covering it like telling you in depth what everybody was doing and everything. And all of them, it's really crazy about this
The internet's
stuff.
going in and out. No, the internet's going in and out.
For
It's the
you,
internet going in and out for me and you, I think. What about you? Are you frozen?
I'm fine.
Yeah, I think so. It's full signal and then she falls away.
Do you want to
Not
to
if
your
you're
phone? Can you go with your phone?
No, I'm okay. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm okay.
Okay. All right. So
I
yeah,
think
so
everything's
I got
okay.
all.
George, I
Let me
think you're
move
being a
closer.
I think you're being a panicking, George. I think everything's okay.
oh look at he just got beamed up. We were talking about the missing scientist, and there he goes.
Yeah, there you go.
Boom,
Somebody
just
took him.
like that.
Now, Mark, you got some of the comments in front of you, just a little bit. Is it okay or not? Can you see on the screen?
Oh yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine with me.
I mean, you can put
Okay.
me in front of the comments. I don't
It's
care.
probably anything in
I
front of my
can't move
face
the
would be an
boxes
improvement
around. It's how
anyway.
you guys come in.
Okay.
So there's nothing I can do about it. But I forgot this. Sean. That's
Okay, now John's here.
You know what? You almost stained my shirt. I almost spilled coffee on me. I was going to send you the dry cleaning bill. So good morning, everybody in the chat and everybody. And good morning to you guys. Sorry, I'm running a little late, but
Good morning, Sean.
where'd George
Oh,
go?
now he lost George's feet. They really did come and pick him up, Trixie.
Yep.
I think, yeah, he was beamed up. No, I think he's having problems with the internet, you know, because of reverb and all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Yeah, so it kind of stinks. And then I don't have a desk, so I'm sitting here on the bed, but it works okay.
Yeah. That's good. So how's it? So you're in West Palm Beach.
So it looks like I'm
Nice. And
finally
Mark, where are
back in
you at?
chat. Yep, there we go.
Where are you at, Mark?
Just had to put one more.
Mark,
good morning, everybody.
Mark, can you hear us?
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, I hear you.
Well,
Where are
You
you
can't
at?
hear me now?
yeah, we can hear you. Sean was talking to you.
Oh,
Where are
I
you
can't
at,
hear
Mark?
Sean.
You can't hear me?
No.
Sorry, Sean. I can't hear a word you're saying.
We need a tech person, I guess.
Oh,
we got to
man.
pay. We got to
Mark
find
went from
Trixie, I hear you fine. I see everybody. I see George bouncing up and down.
Oh,
I'm getting
I
late
can't
in
hear
the car.
Sean or George now.
you're what?
all right, so
I can't hear Sean or George now. I only hear you. But I think that's good.
well, Trixie told you to be quiet. Did you hear that?
Okay. You know what? I'm going to, for the third time, I'm going to get out of StreamYard. And
I swear, I think it's something to do with your earbuds. I do. I'm not kidding, because the three of us are absolutely fine. I can hear everybody.
Yep.
And they can hear me, but both of them
Okay.
can hear me.
I'm going to.
This has got to be hard on the audience.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
I know. Don't turn out, you guys. We're
It's
fine.
Frisky Friday, right? It's Frisky Friday.
Okay.
That's the
Can
way
you hear
it
me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right. Well, it must be
All
your
right, so let's
earbuds,
start the
Trixie,
show.
because or
Oh my
mine.
gosh.
That's
let's-
weird.
I
'cause
don't have earbuds. See, no earbuds.
I know.
None of it. I can't wear them. They pop out of my ears. So we
No,
already
that's-
did. We already did.
because I use them every single podcast I ever do, and I use them constantly. You know, for telephone calls and watching content or everything. But anyway,
Me too, Red. Me too.
Yeah. But they're
Yeah,
gone
it's
for
Frisky
this morning.
Friday.
Obviously, they just don't seem to work well in Motor City. I'm just going to put it with that. It's really foggy out here today. I don't know if you can. Yeah, you probably can't see anything out the window because it's just like pure fog.
Yeah.
Kind
All
of
right.
unusual.
Maybe
Where
that's
I
why.
am, I just
Maybe
got
you
hit
got
with a phone.
fog. Maybe Mark's got fog in his
Oh,
ears. That's why
okay.
he
I
can't hear us.
cannot hear Sean.
Yeah, you got fog in your ears, Mark.
Okay, I'm getting out of here.
See, it must.
I don't know what it is because we're all okay.
Yeah, I only hear you, Trixie. So I'm going to try to get out one more time and just see what happens.
Yeah, I know. I can't fix George's sound. I don't know if you could. If you could, is
I'm
your
fine. I'm okay. Can you hear me? Here I am.
Yeah,
I'm here.
I can hear you fine. There was just one person said that George is a little bit low, but it's Marty. I'm sorry, Marty. Everybody.
I'll get the mic closer to my face. Hold on, Marty. Here we are.
I'm telling you.
Is that okay, Marty? Can we hear? If not, we send hearing impaired information. Okay.
Let's see. Yeah.
All right, everybody. George, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm fine. Yep.
See,
All right.
they're saying right in the chat, it's the dang earbuds. I've told them that before. It's those earbuds. Take them out. You know,
Yeah.
it's the Bluetooth, and he's traveling in a hotel room. You're going to have interference. That's what it
Yep.
is. StreamYard just doesn't pick them up all the time, and none of us use them, so it works out better without that.
Augie Bull says, George, we can hear you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, but they just can't understand you.
Anyway,
I can't understand a word you're saying.
Yeah. So, anyways, we were talking about those scientists and everything, and
Yeah.
I just think it's really interesting that this stuff is going on now. You know, we'll find out, I guess, in the long run. Now that whatchamacallit, Caroline's gonna. I don't think we'll ever really get the whole truth on that because they worked on so much classified information that you're never going to find out everything.
Well, they asked Trump. They asked Trump yesterday.
yeah, I got a
Did you hear
video
some
of that with Trump.
Yeah, they asked him yesterday, and he kind of said they're looking into it. So I think he said he heard George and Trixie talk about it on Wake Up Patriots, and he's looking into it.
You want to play the video? He says it.
Yeah, I'm going to play the video. I just think, we pick up on all the weird fringe stuff a lot.
Yeah.
No volume. Yeah, well, we can't hear that. That's the clip. That's not a technical difficulty. So
Yeah, that's the clip.
yeah, it's the clip. Yeah.
Whenever
so
you do a clip like that, you got to turn the volume way up because it distorts it a little bit.
StreamYard is really weird sometimes like
I'm
that.
talking about when you record. I'm talking about when you record it. If you're playing it on TV, you got to turn.
Yeah.
You got to turn it up, and then
Yeah.
All right, well, here I go. Can Sean hear me?
No, I can't hear you.
Damn. Yeah, and I can't hear you either, Sean.
Damn.
And I can't hear George, but I think my master plan worked. I just wanted to get all the chat out of my face and on George's. So
There you go. That was good.
Back.
Well,
I muted myself.
It's funny, Mark, because I was thinking the fog was in your ears from Detroit.
Yeah.
That's what I thought was going on.
well, it
Yeah.
probably is from the game and the after game.
Yeah, we were all
That's
concerned
what it
about
is.
your friend and praying for him on the show and everything yesterday, and then we see you at the baseball
Oh,
game. So
Yeah, well,
all
I
right,
appreciate the heck out of that. I got to be careful because I don't want to divulge too
You
much.
did get out, right?
But yeah, it was kind of a family problem they were having, and a family member of a friend called me.
I'm saying you could back out, right?
George, hit
Am I
your
in the way with
mute.
the car?
You can't hear me now?
Am I in the way with
No,
your car?
George has hit his mute. He's yelling at somebody. He should hit his mute.
it's Pineapple Man.
Oh.
He found a word.
So just in a nutshell,
Okay.
a very old friend of mine's wife, and I mean a very old friend that I knew when I was 10 years old, and I only see him about once every 5 years. And a friend of mine's wife called me and said, Mark, I really need your help. And so I thought for sure that my friend was dead or, something. But it turned out it was just kind of a family thing going on. So anyway, everything's well, and I really appreciate all the prayers and all that. That's very nice of
And
everybody.
I made a joke. I said your friend was at the first tee and he needed a golf partner. That's what he needed help with. That's what I said.
Yeah, and what's weird is having his wife call me. She's never called me ever, and she called me from his phone. So I was thinking, oh man, here goes another. The older you get, friends just start dropping right and left, or having physical ailments, or
Yeah.
so it all turned out so maybe I can say the prayers actually did work. I mean, because it turned out to be a lot better than I thought it may be. So anyway.
Yeah. So the people in the chat are talking about those scientists getting rounded up. You know what? That would not surprise me if they rounded them up for a specific reason, but I can't understand what the reason would be when you think about it, unless something was coming and they didn't want these people talking. But if you were a scientist working on super classified things like that, it would really make you not want to work for the government anymore if you start seeing all these people start disappearing above you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
scared death too. Absolutely. I would. I'd go be a garbage man.
yeah, I'd be, if I signed an NDA, I'd be getting my butt out of that department, real quick and disappearing and getting some security or something, because this is some really strange stuff. But So everybody, we were talking, what was it, yesterday too, about all the stuff with Pope Leo and everything. And George brought up something, and I'm going to play this clip. And this is just crazy.
We got the product, we got the tools, we got the minds, we got the youth. We going wild, we on the loose. People is lying, we are the truth. Everything old should now become new. The leaves will be green, bearing the fruit. Love God and our neighbor as written in Luke. The army of God, and we are the truth.
What is going on with the Catholic Church? It's to the point of heresy with them. And if
Is
you
that
remember,
an AI video or is that real as shit?
that's real. That's not Francis. He did that with the transgenders, and I think that was around Olympic time. And then we got Leo going ahead and bowing to Allah. They're putting in prayer rugs and they're desecrating St. Peter's. And so this is really horrible, like what we were talking about yesterday about Benedict even getting shoved out with the Obama administration when they were trying to do the Catholic Church coup. So when you start winding that all in, it's like perfectly fitting into the New World Order and the beast from Revelations and everything. I just don't understand where the Catholics have been going. And I'm not bashing Catholics. I'm bashing the hierarchy of the church that they've gone so woke. So what do you think, George?
You want to put that video up about a little bit more emphasized on it about the Islamic of?
Yeah, I got it.
Decided to. Now, if you noticed, all the congressmen became Christians. The Democrats, who are so evil that they did everything to take God out of church, and now all of a sudden they're disgusted about what Trump did with that photo, with the healing stuff, right? But there was another kid that put out a good point. Let me take this.
Trump's
video.
making religion great again. See, he's getting all these people coming back to being Christians.
Well, that's right.
Patty M's got a good point. Said it's okay for them to blaspheme, the Last Supper in the Olympics, but Trump can't pray in a meme.
Yeah,
I think a really good point.
Yeah, well, that's the hypocritical hypocrites of them all, right?
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
I think it's scary. I think it's really scary because you can see everything starting to fall into place with the New World Order. Even though everybody, most people that are religious or spiritual or whatever are fighting it, except for the Islamists. The Islamists are like totally the opposite. They're going full bore. But if you go into Revelations and everything, it all starts fitting together. And when they say like stars falling from the sky, we get all these freaking meteors coming through, which is very unusual. There was meteor showers at one point, but not all the time. And then there was that big comet or something, wasn't it, this morning at daybreak, that they had. But I don't like when we talk about wormhole. I think some of it, like we say, is always conspiracy, but then some of it always has so much truth to it that I don't know, I get kind of scared about it, but I think that's why it's a good point to bring all that stuff up so that people are aware of it, because a lot of people don't think about it that way.
No. But if we can go backwards just a little bit to the Pope, and Trixie, just forgive me and cut me off if this was discussed yesterday and I missed it, but did you guys see or talk about how David Axelrod actually went?
Yeah, we did. We went into that
with the Pope, and then after that, all of a sudden he starts, all this crap, anti-American, anti-Trump stuff, and that's.
Yeah,
They
you got it. When you go to a baseball game, you got to watch us.
I'm sure you guys covered a lot
you
yesterday.
miss on Friday, so that this way you know what we talked about.
Yeah, Mark, are you
just wanted to
admitting
make
that?
sure you got that.
Mark, can you hear me?
We lost George again, huh?
Mark, can you hear me? Mark, can you hear me?
Mark, can you
looks
hear
like
Sean?
it's me.
Yep.
Yeah. Mark's got audio issues.
Yeah, but
I was just gonna say though, it sounds like to me Mark admitted that he hasn't watched the show.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I know. You're admitting you're not watching the show, Mark. Well, this is causing too many technical difficulties. I'll tell you
Yeah,
that.
this has been a technical difficulty for the ages, as they say. Well,
Yeah,
I
well,
have to drop off at 9, so
yeah. I know you do. Yeah, you have an actual job and everything, besides hanging out with us. So I'm sorry, you guys. I really am. It's not us. It's not me and Sean. And I know George. I know George is having a problem with the internet, but we can't help that. So that's the way it goes.
but yeah, this Axelrod thing, you're right. I mean, after he went over there, and all of a sudden the Pope got very vocal. So what's what happened?
Well, that goes right back into when they tried that coup, during the Obama administration, and Axelrod worked for Obama. So it makes perfect sense.
I was gonna say, no matter what, the church needs money, right? The church
Yeah.
needs money. Was there some money that was put into the church by some organization to try to go against Trump and try to get him? I mean, you got to ask yourself that question.
They get a whole bunch of billions of dollars from the dioceses because of with the Catholic charities from the government would handle all the illegals. That's why.
Mhm.
If you play the next video, nobody complained about that or the Pope or anybody else. If you play this next video, it shows you how it's only one-way streets when it comes to the Democrats. And then I'm
Okay.
going to explain to you what. Play that. You see, they didn't say nothing about that, right? That was okay. That was no problem with that. And then the whole thing is that we have to understand what the plan is. The plan by the Democratic Party is to use this excuse now to convince the Catholics that Trump is blasphemy with all this stuff with the photo and everything else. But the original photo that came out was from Nick Adams, and he had his hand that he was healing America. And he said he was like a doctor or something like that. But they don't want to. They don't want to do that and everything else. So the Democrats are using. They're coming out all of a sudden. That the asshole that took what's his name, the terrorist, the gang member, for coffee and everything else, having with him and everything else. The big thing. All of a sudden, he was the spokesman now for exactly what was going on about what Trump did. He can't believe how he insulted all the Catholics and all that stuff. So now the Catholic vote is very big. Who came out for Trump when he became, for voting for president. But the whole thing is, he did not say anything when he visited Uganda down there about with the persecution of the Boko Haram that was persecuting all the Christian and having sex with the Christian girls down in Niger, and also we're not careful all the churches that they burnt. But he didn't say shit about that. This is a plan. This is a plan by the deep state. Okay, let's use the Pope now to do this there, so we could see if we could convince the Catholics not to vote for Republicans in the midterm. And that's the real conspiracy of what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
Well, you got to wonder, like I said, what kind of money did they
they get a lot of money. They get a lot of money from the government to help out. The Catholic charities are helping out the immigrants with all the stuff and legal things too, like how to get around on the government to get, and this is all proof. This came out when this first big wave came in into across the border with Biden and stuff, and they showed the Catholic charities were so much involved. All the churches were hiring all the illegals, and they were getting money for every person they had. I think they got like $30,000 for every person that they took in. You're talking about was billions of dollars, and it's not that they're still not getting the money. Listen, I went to
taxpayer money. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. So
that's the really
I gotta
sick
hop
part.
off.
Yeah.
I'll see you guys later. You guys have a good. If my meeting gets done, I'll pop on at the end.
All right, kid. I'll
Bye-bye.
talk to you later.
bye, Sean.
Bye,
We'll miss you. He's got to go.
Yeah.
All right, so there we go. Yeah, I know with the Catholic charities too, they've been a problem for a while. I don't understand why they don't lose their 501(c) designation. I really think they should, because they're doing political action and they're not supposed to. So they should be able to end up paying taxes on that. And if they would do that, revoke that 501(c), they'd actually be able to prosecute for fraud and everything for what they're doing, and that would be able to wrap them into RICO for trafficking too.
It's going to cause a big problem with that. It's just that the money's got to stop being funded.
Well, yeah, but
That's up to the Republican. No. Wait, let me finish.
Okay.
Some Catholic charities do good stuff. Don't get me wrong. They do help out regular people with the food lines. No, I'm talking about the investigation like they did. Like here we give you a big example about investigations. All right, the fraud in Minnesota. Right, the fraud that was done. Okay. The guy stole $150 million. He was brought to court. The what do you call it? The Somalian. He was brought to court, and the judge says you got a choice: either you pay $50,000 and turn in your passport. Now remember, $150 million he's got, right? Or pay $150,000 and you can keep your passport. Guess what he fucking did? He was a magician. He disappeared. He went back to Somalia with $150 million. But that's how smart. That's how, and that's where the corruptions are, and it's up to the Republicans to challenge this, and they ain't changed shit. And you know why? Because they're worried about the votes. They ain't gonna get no fucking votes from Somalia. They're not gonna get anything. What are they worried about? They're gonna get shit. And you got to see half of these things. People aren't registered anyway. You know, they're not citizens at all.
Yeah, but can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
we can
amazing.
hear you.
Yeah, that's amazing. But I think one of the biggest problems, George, I hate to say it, but everything points back to this. The Republicans aren't helping because this is something that President Trump wants. And I'm convinced now that the vast majority of the Republican establishment and the Republican Party itself is going to do everything they can to thwart the people's president. Okay, they do not like Trump. Trump wants to get this done. They're going to do everything they can to stop him. And if that means destroying our country in the process, so be it. I'm getting so sick of this shit.
Like we said before, the Democrats did all to take God out of schools. They fought. All of a sudden now, oh hallelujah, they became Catholics.
Yeah.
And they keep having one spokesman and everything else. And they all come out. The whole group of them around on the Capitol steps with one guy speaking and all in the background. Do you see the Republican? Do you see the Speaker of the House doing that? No. And that's the problem. They constantly do the same shit all the time. And that's the problem.
People, we were talking about that in here too, about Frank Pavonia. We know about him. We're all
Frank
familiar
Pavonia
with
is a
him.
great guy. I met him a few times. We're going to have him as a guest. I'm going to get him on here. But talk about how they got rid of him because he spoke out.
Yeah. And he was right too. He was correct on so many things, and that's what the shame is. The people. He was going to cause a problem for the Catholics because he was so outspoken. So I think they have to. Anybody that starts causing a problem for the New World Order or whatever you want to call it, man, that right away they get rid of them. And it's terrible. I think it's really terrible. But you would think that you would see more Catholics, that are true Catholics in Congress actually opening up about some of this stuff, and they don't, because look at Pelosi. She was a horrible Catholic. She was a representative, and there was quite a few other ones that were Catholic too, and not one of them opens up their mouth about any of this stuff. They just let it fly.
Well, this is the problem. The problem is that the Catholics, the people in America that are Catholics, are so proud to have an American Pope. So I have people that I know are so proud to have this Pope that they're going to defend him no matter what he says. So but the problem is you have to worry about that. Oh, you'll be surprised, Mark. It's unbelievable.
Oh, I know, but I just got to say, I'm sure, George, that I'm an outlier, but I can tell you, Marjorie and I are practicing Catholics, and neither of us are happy with this Pope. And no, none of my Catholic friends are happy with this Pope. But then we weren't happy with his predecessor and mentor, Francis either. So
Well, that's why they got rid of the other Pope before him. Every
Yeah.
Pope that went dies. Nobody ever retires for years. They die, and then the next one comes in. He was told to retire. Why? Because he was trying to straight out the thing. They got. If you play the next video, it's okay with what they did. The Vaticans have so much gold. The church, it's just unbelievable. But they talk about borders and everything else, and they have a wall all around the Vatican. They have their own, they have the Swiss guards and stuff. I mean,
I think the last good Pope was John Paul, because John Paul, he helped bust up communism. During that time, he wouldn't. I don't think he would have been an apostate like the last ones, huh?
He came from Poland.
Well, yeah, that's what I know. Yeah, I know.
No,
I do.
What I'm saying is the reason, and he came from. What happened is he was Polish. He came from a communist country before Zelensky became and controlled the unions and everything else. It became to the right and everything else. So I mean.
That's the point I was going to make, was that, he came from a communist country and everything. And that's why he didn't want to see this kind of stuff happen. And once he passed, everything happened bad after he passed. But he was more of a traditionalist, I thought. And he was trying to bring back a lot of the things. And I think he wasn't too happy with Vatican II either. I remember him talking about that kind of stuff. He didn't like it. And I think when Vatican II happened, that's when a lot of shit really went downhill. And look how long ago that was. So the infiltration of that has been going on for quite some time. And I think with John Paul, we were safe. What was he Pope for, like at least 20 years? I think it was, but it was a real good thing.
Yeah. I think.
Yeah. Sorry, Mark. Go ahead.
No problem. I was just going to say, Trixie, I think you're hitting the nail right on the head. And I think it also kind of illustrates the power of the global communist, Marxist, don't want to say movement, but, infrastructure. I mean, they have been fighting ever since, Khrushchev said, we're going to bury you. And even before that, I mean, really, ever since Karl Marx, they have been working to destroy Western capitalism, but more than that, to destroy Western religion, the whole family unit, Christianity. They've been working to destroy this, and they are. I think John Paul was a huge, sharp stick in the eye for them, and so I think they were able to, within the hierarchy of the Catholic Church, they were able to, undermine Pope John Paul and eventually get him to resign. All the other ones die in place. And then they got this Francis communist put in.
Pope John Paul died while he was in office.
No, Pope John.
He did. Sorry. Yeah, Marjorie just corrected me. He did die in office. In office. But
the only one that ever resigned was Benedict.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. But I think that, it's you just can't underestimate the forces of the evil Marxist global infrastructure.
Yeah, we were talking about.
Sorry, Denise came out with something good. Hate the sin, but love the sinner.
Yeah. Well, we wrapped that up into the New World Order yesterday with some of this stuff about how they were going to make Catholicism or Christianity, Islam, and everything all into one world religion, and how the building is already built. But I'm not trying to make light of this situation, but because of what we're talking about, I'm going to play Losing Your Shit now, and you'll understand why I'm doing it. So here we go.
Let's go.
Man, what a hell of a year it's been. Keep on bluffing, but I just.
Are you suffering from a serious life-threatening illness? Has your doctor told you you're probably going to die? My name is Dr. Donald Trump, and I have helped millions of patients with conditions just like yours. Cancer, heart disease, ALS, you name it. Conditions your doctor said were untreatable. I've seen them all, and I fixed them all. I use an advanced technique that the cheating medical establishment don't want you to know about. The results are, frankly, incredible. Nobody gets results like this. They're the greatest results.
They gave me 6 weeks to live, but then I called the hotline and was healed entirely through the phone.
I was clinically brain dead, and my wife was about to pull the plug when the doctor saved my life.
If you or someone you love is suffering, don't wait. Don't let the corrupt medical establishment tell you what's possible. Call 1-900-NOT-JESUS today. Let's make your health great again. Folks, as your Pope, we're going to make the Catholic Church great again. The greatest it's ever been. Believe me.
Everything is falling in its rightful place.
Your name is the highest. Your name is the greatest. Your name.
Thank you.
So the prayer is CSAR 25:17, and it reads, and pray with me, please.
The path
of the downed aviator is beset on all sides by the iniquities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil men. Blessed is he who in the name of camaraderie and duty shepherd the lost through the valley of darkness. For he is truly his brother's keeper and the finder of lost children. And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to capture and destroy my brother. And you will know my call sign is Sandy 1 when I lay my vengeance upon thee.
And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee.
Did you get the fish part at the very end? You know why? Because Jesus was the fisher of men, and the fish had the Trump hair.
Oh, you're gonna be blasphemous now. You really messed up everything now there.
No, it was this was a total satire against the left. That's why I had the
on our show because of you. Oh my God.
That's why I had the Steve.
People already. We had 100. Now we're down to 120. Oh my God.
There's a lot of heads are going to explode.
That was a total satire on the left. I had to do it because they've been so crazy for the last week, and the fish was just the icing on the cake.
You know, yeah.
I was just going to say, you know what I like about it, Trixie, is I really think a lot of the content that you spliced together were from leftists who are trying to attack Trump, but you know, you pretty much just turned their absurdity right back on them, and, you know, like stuffing it right back in their face. So I love that.
Yeah, Red. I'm going to keep the glass drop in there forever too. Yeah, I'm
afraid to go back to Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah, but it's like, you know, for the end of the thing, because you know, the whole thing pokes fun at current events and the left every Friday. You know, there's always the theme that runs through it. So that was the theme this week. And I knew it was just a little bit of, you know, might offend somebody, but, you know, that's why it's Frisky.
That's why it's Frisky Friday.
Yeah, I mean, that's a little bit on the edgy side.
But I'm a Catholic myself, you know, and I know Mark is, George is. Sean, I think Sean is too, isn't he?
Oh, Sean is a Protestant.
I thought he converted to Catholicism. I'm not sure.
He said he's going back to Protestant because they found out what the Catholics were.
Yeah. So I hope I didn't offend anybody, but it was satire. So I'm sorry.
You want to put the photo up? Yeah. Good what I think.
See, that's heresy. That's heresy. If he's supposed to be the representative of God, why is he bringing up another religion unless it's not right? It's not right.
Well, play that video. The one, the video.
Yeah, and then we got to change subjects before we beat this horse to death, too.
Yeah, well, this one, and then we'll go to the 10 missing ones. But play this one about Borders Matters.
Note to Pope Leo, the wall around the Vatican was built in 852 following raids by Muslim raiders who sacked St. Peter's Basilica. So stop lecturing us on walls, immigration, or Islam.
Yeah, and the whole thing is, Islam, they discredit about, they'll talk about Jesus that was here and everything else, but they're claiming that they helped Christianity to develop. That when I heard that one, that was the best. There's imam that came out, to listen to this shit that comes out of their mouth. It's just what comes out of their mouth is just shit, and the way they want to control. And what happens is with the Islam, and a lot of these mosques are becoming radicalized because they're putting all new young imams in there.
Yeah,
and this is the problem. But once you fuel the system, like with anything else, you have people that come out and speak about certain negativity and everything else, and it feeds the fire of these other people. I mean, we do have we're going to cover that next week, but we do have a big Islam problem.
I can't understand a word he's saying. It's not it's the accent. It's a little bit tough for me to hear.
It's kind of tough for me to hear.
It's fucking tough for me. How do you think I feel? I got to talk this way.
What did he say, Trixie?
I translate for him all the time. I translate.
Oh, okay. I still didn't understand it.
That I talk this way.
Well,
I feel bad about talking this way.
Oh, you don't talk any specific way. You just have the Brooklyn accent. That's all. That's all. You're fine. You're fine. Don't let anybody tell you any different.
Oh,
everybody has a different accent. We were going over that the other day about all the different.
Call me Chuck.
I like it, George.
Call me Chuck. I remember that one. That was off the Baby Patriots. Call me Chuck.
I used to have trouble understanding George, but then I got Rosetta Stone. And in 2 weeks,
in 2 weeks, you can understand.
In 2 short weeks, I speak fluent George.
Isn't it amazing about what he called about Rosetta Stone? I wonder how many people know why that was called Rosetta Stone.
Well, explain to us why.
Why was it called Rosetta Stone? It was because of the translation of the hieroglyphics on the wall, and the translation was called the Rosetta Stone, which do the translations of the hieroglyphics on the wall.
Yeah, where Rosetta Stone was the key to understanding all these. There's several ancient languages because you had that one object that said the same thing in 3 different languages.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see what RD Bullbutt could be worse? You could be a Brooklyn Pakistani.
You're
on a roll. You're on a roll.
He's gonna make me pee on you. I gotta meet this guy. I have to meet him. I gotta shake his hand. I swear.
A Brooklyn Pakistani. Nobody could translate that. Nobody could do it.
Well, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Oh my gosh.
Listen. Here's Trixie with her friends. I'm gonna play this one here.
Oh no.
Here's me and Trixie with our friends. Play this one. This is good for today.
From 3i Atlas will show us a map. A map. The righteous lotus on planet Neonexia.
I'm gonna get you for that one. I'm gonna get you for that one. You always saying I'm an alien. All the time he says I'm an alien.
Yeah. This one here, we have to play. This kid makes a lot of sense. I have to say, hold on, where is he? Here he is. This kid. I give a lot of respect to this one.
13th, 2026, Pope Leo begins his apostolic journey in Africa, making his first stop in Algeria. During his visit, he enters the Mosque of Algiers. Afterward, the Pope expresses his gratitude for being in a place that represents a space proper to God. Look, I know I'm going to be hated for this, but I would like to publicly rebuke the Pope in the name of Jesus Christ. If you've seen my content, you know my stance on the Catholic Church. The architecture of the Vatican has been built on satanic influence. The Catholic Church has altered the scriptures and the commandments while making a works-based religion similar to Islam. The Catholic Church is a doctrine of demons. It's a cult. And the Catholic Church, along with Islam, is the religion of the Antichrist.
And that's fact. Remember that movie? That's Fact, Jack.
Yeah.
You know, and the kid put up a good point. I mean, there, believe it or not, there's a lot of people out there with common sense, and the majority of MAGA people all have common sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that what happens is, we always bring up all the time. It's God always first, flag, and then country, and our Constitution, because everything was based on God. The Judeo-Christianity, and that's how the Constitution was built.
Yeah, faith, family, freedom.
Right. Yep.
The three.
That's what I was going to say, George. You were missing the family part. So yeah, God, family, country.
Mm-hmm.
I go faith.
And Sodak just chimed in.
Faith, family, freedom. You have to have your faith, then you have to have your family, and then you have to have your freedom.
Too many families.
Huh?
Too many families. Everybody knows somebody.
Yeah. Well, we beat this horse to death, so let's flip subjects on something. So how do you like what Spanberger did in New Jersey about giving away the popular vote now to everybody? I think if you're in New Jersey, you better get the hell out. That's all I can say. Because you're not even represented in it anymore.
I can't believe they voted for that girl. She anti everything. God, churches, everything.
Sure. Hey, guys, if I could, Marjorie just brought me some breaking news. I know this is off topic, but it's kind of on topic for the whole war with Iran and everything, and the trouble we're having with the European allies. It says, going to war without France is like hunting without an accordion. Thank you, Marjorie.
Very good, Marjorie. Very good. I like that.
She's great. This is my late breaking news anchor over here.
Yeah, so Spanberger gave away whoever wins the popular vote in New Jersey or whatever, and basically it cedes control over to California and New York, which is like unfreaking believable. With that, I don't understand why she did that. But that's it. Our integrity of the elections is just going right downhill. They got to bring that Save America Act, and I mean they better start moving on that. Thune better get his ass in gear.
And you know what, Tracy, I was thinking about this quite a bit over the week, and I think we really need to push all of our patriots and have everybody go out. We need to go after John Thune on this. That's the son of a bitch who's holding all of this up. I know he's got a lot of other, Republicans snake in the grass. And of course, it goes without saying the Democrats are all snakes in the grass. But, he's got a lot of help. But the fact is, he is the linchpin. We need
I gotta move, all right? Right back.
Yep. We need millions of patriots to just bombard Thune with, hey, this is it, dude. Nothing else. I wish President Trump would say, I will not sign one piece of legislation until and he did say this, by the way, but he kind of backed off of it. But I will not sign anything or push anything through until I sign the now I'm ruining the Voting Act.
Yeah, the Save America Act.
Save America. Thank you.
Yeah, the
Easy
House
for you to
did.
say, Trixie. Yeah.
The House made it a point that they said they're not going to put up any legislation until the Senate goes ahead and does that. But then, was it yesterday? Yesterday there was another thing too. Oh, I forgot what I was going to say. Now it just went totally right out of my head. Old age.
Okay. Yeah, I know the feeling.
Oh, it was something to do about a vote. Oh, shit. I'll think of it when we're talking about that.
Hey, while
But
you're thinking, just because we're having technical difficulties and I want to get let me know when I can give a really quick Savannah update. So if things go bad, I can get it done before the show's over.
Well, just go ahead and do it now then.
Let's do it right now then. Okay, so Savannah is pretty much, as far as getting our discounted rates, that window has gone away, although I have a special back door. If there's anybody that procrastinated too long and needs to get back in, send something to Mark at wakeuppatriotsconvention.com, and I think we can still sneak in for our rate. Right now, though, we have 40 Patriots that we're all meeting up together. We're planning on most likely having a pizza party at the hotel on Friday night. But then a lot of other of our favorite Patriots have contacted me asking for, I think we're going to have a subgroup of us that are going to go out for a nice sit down meal, potentially for those that are there on Thursday night. So we're just kind of planning that stuff. But I also want to let, a lot of people are asking me for a Venmo number, or, for anybody who wants to help offset the costs for the convention, and especially for our food that we're having catered and everything.
Okay, I guess I thought the pizza party was Thursday night and we were all going out Friday night.
I can still change it. It's not too late. But
Well, the only reason I was sticking close to the hotel Thursday night was because we got to do the show Friday morning, and so
yeah.
That's what I was thinking. And then Friday was like kind of like everybody can like do whatever they want. I mean, except for what everybody wants to do. I mean, I know what I have to do because I have to have like a sound mind to do this. So Thursday night I can't be.
Oh, a sound mind?
Yeah, I know that's almost an oxymoron, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a piece of cake, Trixie. Okay, so I will change that to our Thursday night pizza party around the hotel, and then going out Friday. I mean, I figured no matter what, we're gonna all go out on Friday. I'm just thinking that some people want to go for kind of a nicer sit down dinner,
well,
maybe
this leaves
steak or
Friday
seafood.
open, so you can do the nice sit down, you can do a quick meal or whatever, and then everybody can kind of meet up, because I think everybody kind of wants to go bar hopping and everything Friday night too.
Oh, for sure. But the last thing I wanted to let you know that I have updated the site, wakeuppatriotsconvention.com. If you just scroll to the bottom of the main page, you'll see that I do have a Venmo number there, or an address where anybody can send in a donation if you want to help defray the cost of our breakfast catering and also the event space that the hotel's charging us for. So that was it.
Okay. So yeah. Oh, what I was trying to remember about yesterday was about the Haitians, that we had 6 Republicans that defected and voted with the Democrats about extending the Haitian temporary protected status. And go ahead, George. I know you really got something to say about that.
Yeah, there's 350,000 Haitians here, and right away now, all these, and especially there's a guy running for Florida, but it's a lot of people that own farms and stuff and everything else, that they said they need the migrant workers. They put them under the migrant statute instead of saying that they're illegals, but they could come here, and they have it a lot down in the southern states, that people come in here but by buses and everything else, controlled by the farmers, to bring them here to pick crops and all that stuff. And the response were from these Democrats and Republicans, and especially the 6, turned around. Well, would you go out and pick fruit? Well, if I had to get a fucking job and I got to put food on the table, shit, yeah, I would pick fruit.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is, and if you remember when we were young, we did everything to do jobs on the side. There were people that helped landscapers to do jobs in the summer from spring and college kids and everything. Nobody wants to do the work. But the whole thing, whose problem is this? It's the problem of the politicians that say, well, you put that biscuit out and say, well, you really don't have to work. And then these kids are getting spoiled by their parents and stuff. No, you go out and get a job. I did it with my kid. She said, "Oh, I'm getting a job. I'm going to pay for my." I said, "I'll buy you the car, but pay for your own insurance." I said, "Oh, Dad, I'm trying." So you know how I got her motivated? And she's a great kid. Don't get me wrong. I love this daughter. My daughter. I love them all. But what she did, I went out there. I said, "Okay." I took off her license plates of the car because I was, I'm paying I was paying the insurance, but she had to pay me the money to pay for the insurance of the car. So when I took off the plate, she got motivated to get a job right away because her mother had to take her back and forth. So, these are things that cure problems.
Yeah.
It's kind of mean, but you can't have to be a parent with these kids or not. But what's happening is the farmers, a lot of farmers are complaining about it. They got machinery that shake. The other ones, you can't pick the strawberries and blueberries. I mean, that's the orange and the apple trees. I mean, they got the machines to take them.
Georgia, if I could, that's exactly what I wanted to say. You got all these asshole Democrats who say crap like, oh, those are jobs Americans won't do. Well, first of all, there's no such thing as a job an American won't do. There's jobs that Americans won't do for freaking slave labor, or slave wages. But the bottom line is, if you cut these big corporate farms off of their flow of cheap third world labor, instead of having 100 illegal aliens out in the field picking your strawberries or picking your whatever, what you're going to have is some really much more sophisticated John Deere new picking machines. And it's going to be, and Americans are going to be picking that, but they're going to be picking that with high-tech stuff that people are making big money in engineering, in manufacturing, in design, and also servicing and calibration of all the various sensors and things that it takes to run these incredibly cool, complex, harvesting machines. We're not going to be out of food. We're not going to be out of farmers. We're not going to be out of anything, but it's going to cost a little more. There's going to be investment, but our manufacturing sector, our whole economy is going to be better because we go into the next century instead of sitting back in the last century relying on
McDonald's.
slave
They
wages.
get robotic machines to do the flipping of the burgers and the cooking of fries and everything else like that.
Yeah,
because you want to pay somebody $25 an hour or 20. That's good for kids that come out of high school and stuff like that. After hours, they could work. There's proper jobs they could do. But the problem is when you ask for more money, the guy's going to turn around and say, "Well, oh shit, man, I might as well, if I got to pay this much money, figure it's going to cost me $6 more an hour. I could buy one of these robotic things and start turning my burgers and everything else, and I'll save myself $20 an hour." So this is how it's a business.
Yeah,
you got to make a profit. Yeah.
But I mean, it's exactly, and it's exactly how we advance. I mean, look at when Eli Whitney invented the cotton gin. I mean, that's what basically took all the slaves out of the field, and it also made it so all of a sudden we are making, massive amounts of cotton clothing and everything else that comes from cotton because we advanced. We built machinery to do it, and it's the same. Where I live, we're surrounded by farmers everywhere, these gigantic fields. You don't really see any illegal aliens there because what you do see is these massive, super high-tech, really cool harvesting, equipment that does that work. And behind that is an army of engineers and blue-collar workers that build that equipment and maintain that equipment. So that's my soapbox rant for today.
Hey, what do you want to say?
You're not for pizza. I know you don't want pizza Thursday night, but I'm saying if we have pizza Thursday at the hotel, I don't care what we do. I just
What are you talking about pizza? I didn't say nothing about pizza. I love pizza.
What are you out for then? What are you talking about?
I was just breaking Red's balls.
Oh, yeah, Samson, you're thinking, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Not me, Trixie. I know.
I was waiting for Red to say a comment. Oh, you changed the place already.
I thought you were. See,
No,
you got me on Twitter pated there. I didn't know what you were talking about, so I was like, "What?"
Well,
Well, I knew.
What about that place we went for the pizza that time? They're using gas stove and advertising as coal. I'll rip somebody's neck out if the pizza ain't right.
I know.
But if we're gonna have a pizza night, make sure it's right because and
I
no
can't bring my
pineapple.
pizza pan, so
Okay.
No pineapple and ham on the fucking pizza. They don't do that in Italy. They'll shoot you. They'll get in the-
Okay, I got to be careful here. I got to be careful, and I got a mea culpa right now. Is the so-called pizza party we're having? I've kind of been telling a little bit of a fib. There's a really nice Italian restaurant just down the street from the hotel, and they're famous for their flatbreads. And so the pizza party is really more of a flatbread party. But everybody at the hotel tells me that it is really phenomenal. So I just don't want to get
The
enjoyed.
pizza don't have to be round. In Italy, they make a pizza 3 foot long.
Okay, see, that's what we're doing, George. We're going authentic. Yeah, we're going authentic. That's what we're doing.
You know, the guy comes out with the tape measure, and if it isn't exactly a meter long, they get rid of the pizza and make another one. The guy comes out with the tape measure.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
But you know me, I make my own sauce and I make my own dough, so I'm really finished. You know it's good.
Did I tell you, Trixie, when we were in Italy back in November, Marjorie and I took a pizza making class there in Naples. That was a lot of fun. Learned how to make the dough, and and obviously the real trick is their flour is so much better, especially for making pizza over there.
Yeah. But part of the trick too is you put a little bit of honey in there with it, and then it gives you a little bit more stretch, and then leaving the dough a couple days so you get the spider webs underneath it and everything, and then I got a big steel pan that goes in the oven.
Wait, say that again.
That's the alien coming
That's
out.
what I thought you said.
That's the alien coming out.
I'm telling you, she's alien.
You always say I'm an alien.
I understand a word she's saying.
I got to bring up. You guys talk for a second because I got to bring up Mark's Trump truth, and it's in my email.
Oh, cool. So, George, what do you want to talk about? About your dog? Want to talk about the dog? Or your ball?
I like to talk about Swallow.
Swallow. Swallows well. How about that? That's the gift that just keeps giving, though, isn't it? You good old Eric Swallows.
I was trying to record that video, the one that they were all, we're in with Swallow out. Everybody.
That's the gift that keeps giving, though. That just brings a smile to my face every time I think just the amount of damage that slime ball did to our country, and the amount of malice that he has in his heart for all us decent people. I hate to say it, it's kind of unchristian, but it just brings a smile to my face when I understand just the amount of personal pain he's going through, because his whole life, everything that he dreamed, he had so much more America ruining in his plans, and they've all been thwarted. And so that's really kind of happy stuff.
I'm happy that they're considering prosecution of him, and if that girl in the room was truly underage, there's going to be the shit's going to hit the fan for him. He's already going to lose his law license and everything, for that, for everything that he's done. And Nancy Pelosi should just be damn ashamed of herself. That's what I'm going to say. But I've got something to I got something to go about what I was going to say about Swalwell. Here we go. You're going to like this one.
You should get yourself checked.
I thought you were joking.
Why would I joke about having genital herpes?
Before you wreck yourself, because it's bad for your health.
It is Frisky Friday. I'm glad you brought up Swalwell.
Oh boy. Yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah, I know. I try to find good stuff. You know what? I'm ready for a little bit of Trump truth since we got that.
Let's hit that.
Let's do that.
Somebody's watching me. Somebody's watching me. Somebody's watching me.
Okay, so the Trump truth
Hang on a
today.
minute here. Let me get it.
There
we go.
There we go. So it kind of follows the a lot of the thing that we talked about earlier, but I think it was appropriate, short and sweet. This came out on Tuesday night, almost midnight. The president truthed out. Will somebody please tell Pope Leo that Iran has killed at least 42,000 innocent, completely unarmed protesters in the last 2 months? And that for Iran to have a nuclear bomb is absolutely unacceptable. Thank you for your attention to this matter. America is back. President Donald J. Trump. So anyway, I thought that was still appropriate and fitting given the news of this week out of the Vatican.
Well, it's 100% right, because why don't they say anything? You know what's funny? Everybody loves to criticize Christians, the Jews, and all that stuff, but they never criticize anything that has to do with Islam. They're like afraid of saying anything against Islam. You know, and
I think so. Yeah, that's because a lot of people.
First thing I do is check the backpacks. I tell people when I walk by them, Tracy was a witness to that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look at Salman Rushdie. You know, I mean, there's. I think there's a lot of reasons people are afraid to come out and say anything. Unfortunately,
this is another good point. It's amazing how they.
Well, who's that podcaster? I can't remember his name that they're talking about now, though. That he's going around talking. He's totally an anti-Semite, hates America and everything.
Yeah, I can't remember the kid's name. Yeah, he was.
Somebody will chat. Will bring it up for me. But you guys know who I'm talking about.
He had a beard also.
Piker, last name Piker, or something close to that. You know who I'm talking about?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah,
Hey,
Piker. That's it. Right. Ginger says Piker. Yeah. That's the one that's going around. He's totally anti-American, and he even went to the University of Michigan, and he was interviewing people in Ann Arbor in Michigan. And I mean, Ann Arbor's just gone. They're so leftist and woke up there. Yeah, Hassan Piker. Thank you, Sergeant. That's who too. Craig got it too, and Skunk got it too. That's who I'm talking about.
Oh, I thought it was Hassan Chop.
No, it's Hassan Piker. He's crazy. He's so. I don't know why he even has a platform, but it's really dangerous with him going to the colleges and doing his speeches and everything, because he's whipping them up.
He went to Yale University.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they invited him.
Do you guys remember Hassan Chop, though? I think it's his cousin. Hassan Chop.
No.
You don't remember Hassan Chop? Wasn't that in Bugs Bunny? Or the old cartoons? They had that Arab guy with the big Arab sword. And his name was Hassan Chop.
Yeah.
The only one I can think of like that was from Saturday Night Live, and it was always John Belushi with the sword. But that he wasn't. That wasn't.
His name is Hassan Dogan Piker. So
yeah, he's dangerous. He's very dangerous, and Yale totally went nuts with him.
In 1991, twice, whatever, and he twitched really all that shit and everything else. And you know what's funny? They make him a political commentator, but they didn't. And Yale, they stopped a lot of Christian political commentators, but they made this piece of shit talk in there, and they made a big thing about it. He was, I guess where he was born, New Brunswick, New Jersey. Other name is known as Hassan Abi. So I think he changed his faith to Muslim. Let me see if it is.
Yeah, correct. That's a good point. He said Nick Fuentes and Hassan Pike might be cousins.
Advocate for Palestinians and Israeli government. Let me see what he views his belief. Okay. He's a Marxist.
Oh, that's a surprise, George.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, well, even as you're doing that, I did some quick research on his second cousin, Hassan Chop. and that actually came out in Alibaba Bunny, which was Warner Brothers. Alibaba Bunny came out in 1957, and that's where Daffy Duck and Daffy and the bunny both dug a hole all the way through to Saudi Arabia or something, and they found this big bunch of gold, and it was being guarded by Hassan Chop. So anyway, I knew all the Patriots would want to know that.
I got something to say about that. That's all, folks.
It's all folks.
Yeah.
Very good there.
Okay, now you're making Marjorie laugh. Cut that out.
I can do Pee Wee Herman too. But so the people are asking about the trivia. So I want to throw that in there, Denise, because the question yesterday was who invented scissors? And I said something not nice, and the answer was Da Vinci, and Prism got it. Prism is the one that got it. Prism.
Very good. That was a hard question, believe it
But
or
it
not.
was Da Vinci who did it? Who
invented scissors, yes.
Oh, cool. And I gotta know, since I missed the show yesterday, I want to hear what Trixie said that was not nice.
I did not say it on the air, and I won't.
Oh, darn it.
No, it
It's
wasn't.
Frisky Friday, man. Let it out. Let's hear it.
Lesbians.
No. Oh.
Got that one?
That's Frisky Friday. Yeah. That's totally appropriate.
Yeah. So
You want to play that video?
Yeah, I'll play that. What is it? Is it Pike?
No, I'm downloading that Pike now.
Not going to believe this story. So a judge in Minnesota just actively helped a man charged with the largest Medicare fraud in Minnesota history flee the country. So Abdir Rashid Saeed is charged with stealing $11 million in Medicare fraud. And the DA said this man is a massive flight risk because not only does he have a passport, but he also has $11 million. Guess what the judge did? The judge offered him two options. Option one is he could pay a $50,000 bond and surrender his passport. Option two, he could pay a $150,000 bond and keep his passport. What do you think he chose? What do you think the guy who just stole $11 million and is looking at 40 to 50 years in prison chose to do? Yeah, he paid $150,000 and fled the country the next day. When he chose the $150,000, that should have told you what he was going to do. Everybody in that courtroom knew exactly what he was going to do when he chose to pay triple the bond just to keep the passport he promised he wasn't going to use. And they let him do it anyway. I'm sorry, but we need to start holding judges accountable for this shit.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that guy. I always liked him. It's a little down to earth there. Pretty good. Oh, here we go.
They're questioning Da Vinci did not invent scissors, George. So now I have 2 strikes and you have 1 because that was your question. That wasn't mine.
No, was it? It is true.
Cindy's saying, okay, well then who did invent scissors? Maybe Trixie was right.
I don't know what the answer I gave after I said it. Love said the same thing. So Loves, I am shocked. I am shocked and dismayed at what you said. I cannot believe it.
You know, in general, homosexuality did come before Da Vinci. So you may have been right from the beginning and not even known it.
Well, don't tell me they're gonna put it to the point that when what's his name Delilah cut what's his name's hair was with a scissors.
Samson. Yeah.
Here's our favorite guy, Piker. Now he's spoken.
All right, can I go back to Samson just for 1 second?
Yeah. Okay.
Just then you can make your point. But this is really interesting. Do you know why it was in the Bible about his power when they cut the hair? Do you know why? I do. I'll tell you. And say, Tracy, I want to know why. Tell me, please.
Well, go ahead, Tracy. Let's hear why.
Does it?
It's because your hair acts like an antenna, and that's why American Indians always had very long hair. They say it's scientifically proven, so it's not my opinion here, that you're able to pick up energy and feelings and everything off of your hair. And so when the Bible said about Samson's hair making him very powerful and everything, there's a lot of truth to it. But if you don't believe me, look up why Indians had long hair and you'll find the answer.
I can add something to that, though. That's also now why the most popular selling TV in the world is a Samsung.
That's good.
Because of the
Very good
antenna.
point.
Yeah, because of the antenna.
Yeah,
So see
there's a
that?
lot of truth to that. You're able to pick up different fields, like for the electric magnetic, and that's why they were very good trackers.
I was going
What?
to say something where I got a lot of hair, but I don't want to say them.
Don't say it, George. I know what you're gonna say. I know what you're gonna say. Don't. But that's why they were. That's why the American Indians were real good trackers and everything like that. And that's why they would not cut their hair, because they said it would dissipate them being able to hunt and everything. So there's truth to it, but so I'm not making it up.
Yeah. But I'm just glad I was here to be able to tie it, to bring all that forward into, modern history so we can understand our television sets better too.
Yeah.
And because of that TV, we understood the Koreans much better.
Yes. and think about it. Samsung's are the only TV I know of that you can watch Wake Up Patriots right out of the box. Just saying.
Right.
I haven't even tried it with a Sony, but I don't think they work.
In
Or an
fact,
LG.
my refrigerator is Samsung, and it talks to the TV. But anyway,
my Samsung changes the TV program every hour on the hour, and it
You
does
need
it
to
all
cut
by
his hair.
Play Mr. Piker there. Play Mr. Piker. And now he spoke at Yale University, this piece of shit that he is.
Never die quietly, and we must end the American empire regardless. But we must manage the retreat of a superpower from the world stage. Because if we do not do this, then the American empire will come to an end in a much more violent way.
The part that he doesn't mention is that he's rooting for the destruction of the country. The ideas that they're introducing now, this new socialist movement, and they get a lot of support. Zoran Mandani, who's only been an American for about 7 years, became a citizen, and he got elected on these platforms that totally disagree with our value system. They don't want law and order, right? They believe that if you work hard in this country, you get a good job, and you get a little bit of wealth, that the government should be able to strip that away and give it to someone else.
Cuba's hiring. They're wide open. That's going really well, by the way.
Oh, they got 5,000, 50,000 or 5,000 soldiers in Russia, Cuban soldiers fighting against Ukraine. And that's another thing. I gotta we'll play that video next week about Ukraine. Very important one too.
Yeah. We'll expand upon why it's so important.
Well, it's because of what the involvement is about with the United States money and the European European Union. How much that has to do with the influence. And now that the I'm very surprised that brought the Maloney for Italy, but
And then, did you notice in the one part of Losing Your Shit that was Maloney down in the corner when the Pope was boxing? Yeah.
I'm very because they used to call her Trump in the skirt. That's how powerful she was. But for some reason, I thought she was going to change. I thought she was going to go back to get out of the European Union and go back to the lira, because they were so much more efficient and everything else. Because once they broke that barrier and went to the EU, they started to, all these people started coming in selling sneakers, and the big thing with the Chinese. And it was unbelievable how they came in. So I mean, it's a destructive. It's amazing how it's like this migrant shit, all these things that come in. It's like a cancer that comes in, and no matter how many times you try to spray the chemo there, it comes up someplace else, and that's the problem we have here, and that's why we have to. I mean, I pray every night before I go to bed, and when I wake up in the morning, for this country, it's very, very important. Just takes a couple of minutes to do it every day, and every night. You should thank God when you wake up and put your feet on the ground. At least you're not 6 feet under. but it's very important that what they're trying to destroy is what this country's built on. And don't forget, this country's only 250 years old, and look how much we've progressed because of the blessing of God that we got in this country, compared to all these other countries that have been around for years and years and years. The only thing that was very upsetting is, the Jewish calendar is over 5,500 years old, and the Chinese calendar is only 3,700 years old. So I was trying to think what the Jewish people did without Chinese food for all those thousands of years. It's an inside joke.
But George, just before that, I think everything you had to say is really true. You're getting a lot of amens in the in chat, including from some guy called American Mark. But
thank you.
I think that's very, very true.
That's why the biggest thing was in the late 1800s, socialism was trying to infiltrate this country like you wouldn't believe. And the main culprit was because every school that was run throughout the United States opened up with the Bible prayer and tell the kids about God and everything else. Because as we all know, as we grew up, especially me, I was afraid of two people. It was God and my father. And sometimes I didn't know which one came first. But we always had that guilt. We always had that guilt in the background. God's going to punish you. If you went to steal a candy bar, right away you put in your head, oh, God's going to punish me for taking that candy bar. Now they drive a truck to the fucking store and steal everything.
Yeah. But I mean, that really is so true, George. I mean, that illustrates the importance of Christianity, or for that matter, having some sort of moral basis for your country. I mean, you've got to have it. And all these, all the Democrats pretty much are all secular. They say there is no God, therefore there is no right and wrong.
Now there is. Now there is, because of this stuff with Trump and the Pope. Now everything's about God now. All of a sudden, they all became Catholics now. All the Democrats. It's amazing and it's amazing that Trump did that photo, put the hand on, supposedly was a man there, but it was supposed to be healing this country. And look at that, because of that photo, it just converted a whole bunch of Democrats as Catholics.
Yeah. Hey, and I also have some more breaking news, and it's a very important tease for Savannah. One Red Ginger says maybe we need a confessional in Savannah. What did we steal from the local candy store? And then she says, I've got a confession, and it was not candy. So anyway, that will all
I know what she stole. I know what she stole.
That'll all be revealed in Savannah.
She stole some young man's virginity. That's what she stole.
Oh my God.
Oh, cream of some young guy. Oh, yeah.
Something wrong with that one, Mom.
Something wrong.
Something wrong.
Oh, dong hong lo. Yeah.
Was I right, Red? Was I right? That would be my guess with you, because you're so naughty.
Yeah, and you know what the guy's name was? Holy shit. Oh, no, Fook. Holy Fook.
I want to bring up something because a Super Trooper brought up something. What's funny was a lot of Italians had landscape business, right? And so
Rico's?
instead of having, no, I'm just saying. Let me finish.
I had to throw Rico in. I'm sorry.
And then what they did, they hired Ricos, illegals, right? And what those illegals did, because the Italians were trying to save money, instead of paying laborers the way they were supposed to pay laborers. I know a couple of guys that really kept their business because they paid the guys they paid, but he wouldn't hire the illegals. So now what the illegals did, they got so good at it, they started underbidding the customers that they had with the Italian guy. Underbidding. And that's the same thing with the trades. Nobody, with the thing with the trades and everything else. They underbid. You teach them a thing. You go to Home Depot, there's a guy there, speaks Spanish. The other guys don't speak Spanish at all. And he says, the truck pulls up. Oh, what do you need? I need a tile guy and an electrician. Okay. And they got in the truck and they go. And they charge them $200 a day.
But George,
and then the guy gets a kickback, the guy that can speak English.
But George, your Hispanic guys speak Arabic? He said, "I can't get back to the
please. It's the same shit. You go in a restaurant, all of a sudden the guy goes, they talk each other. Instead of speaking English that they're supposed to, they don't. So, everybody does it anyway.
Mhm.
But
Yeah,
what time-
Red said that I didn't guess right. That wasn't it. And she'll tell us, but she knew I was just teasing her.
Yeah, no, that's a great tease though, Red, for for next month in Savannah. We're all going to be waiting to hear. And for those of you,
I think that would be a good thing. Would be have everybody tell a funny story. If
yeah.
we can,
Well, for those of you who can't make it to Savannah, Red is going to do her full confessional right there, in front of the camera for everybody. I'm just volunteering for that.
I'll tell a funny story that'll make everybody to be hysterical laughing of what happened when I went to Little Italy with a video camera, and my partner, a good friend of mine, was Jewish. Didn't look Jewish, he looked Italian, because he looked like Serpico. He had the beard and the long hair.
Ooh, Serpico.
Yeah, so it's a
Al
funny.
Pacino is Serpico.
What?
Al Pacino is Serpico.
I know, but you got to remember, but now look, what about Pesci now? Pesci says he hates.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know you got the wrong Joe Pesci when I was telling you about the story, though. It was so funny.
Talking about my guy called.
Yeah, you're putting your Joe Pesci from BTR, but the real Joe Pesci said he's totally finished with De Niro because De Niro is out of his freaking mind, and that every 15 minutes he brings up Donald Trump, and he just can't freaking take it anymore. So now even the fake mob families are busting up.
Yeah,
there's no loyalty in the fake mob no more. No loyalty. I don't know. I thought that was really interesting because them two have been buddies for a long time, doing the movies together and everything. So I think that's good.
Well, listen, I enjoy. Not Freddie. He was a great actor, but he's a fucking moron. I mean, I watched every one of the movies that he did because when he played Don Corleone when he was young, he did a fantastic part. I'm talking about the movie. Well, I mean, he's directed by a guy that was Italian, but knew all the moves because of where he grew up and stuff. But the way he acted was exactly what I grew up in. I mean, I saw what I saw, and it was unbelievable. I mean, a lot of times we're pissed off that the movie came out. I think it was great because it showed exactly how Italians were done. We were treated like shit when we came here. But that's the way it is. But everything turns to them now. My father learned we had to speak English until he learned what a newspaper he read. These people don't even want to come in and speak English.
Tell them I'm on the way. They're heading to the restaurant.
He's on the way. Mark's on the way, Marjorie. Did you make him coffee?
We have friends of ours that are meeting us down in the restaurant in the hotel lobby.
No problem.
Yeah, go.
Okay, Mark. Hey, Mark. Go enjoy.
All right. Well, thanks, guys. Thanks, Patriots. It's a pleasure.
Hi, Marjorie. We all love Marjorie because Marjorie's control. Thank God.
Marjorie.
Yeah, okay. She was just waving at you.
Tell Marjorie I got tips for you when I see you in Savannah, Marjorie.
She's coming.
I got tips for Marjorie when I see her in Savannah. Hi, Marjorie.
How you doing?
Yeah,
I'm
gonna tell you. I got tips for you.
Thank God you're next to him. Please help. We pray for you every day, Marjorie. Every day we pray for you. I'm gonna light a candle for Marjorie. Saint Marjorie. We have to do Saint Marjorie.
All right. Well, thanks, guys.
Have a good time.
George, Dixie, yep, thank you. And Patriots,
Okay, safe
God bless
travels
y'all.
back home.
We'll see you in chat on Monday. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye. Look at that.
The girls are kidnapping Marjorie in Savannah.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. This has been a hell of a week. I'm telling you that it's been. But that song we play, Shabuzi, is always a hell of a year, but it's been a hell of a week to this week. Yeah. I don't know. We had tech issues, like weird stuff going on. It's like somebody doesn't want us talking.
Well, the Pope turned around and said he was putting hints out about Trump, but he wouldn't have the balls to say Trump. He was putting all the stuff that Trump was doing and everything else. You know how much Trump did? He was the only one that responded to what was happening in Niger about all the persecution of the Christians and the Catholics and the churches. He was the only one. All the other presidents, especially Biden, didn't give a shit. But They're taking churches over like crazy here in the United States.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's 3 after, so I think we're gonna raid Mike Schwartz today because Red's back and she's our moderator and she does such a wonderful job. So here's a hand for Red. We missed you when you were gone, Red, not being able to do the raids and all your snarky comments too. I love her snarky comments in the chat. A lot of people make really good snarky comments. I've been reading it as we're going, so sometimes I start laughing when you guys are talking, but it's not at you guys. It's because I'm reading that.
Yeah, well, God bless everybody. Have a great Friday. Be safe for the weekend, and we'll see you on Monday.
Yeah.
Oh, put a new video out. Why don't you play that new video?
I will. I'll play the new video on Monday. You didn't download it this morning. We were having tech issues and everything. So what about
tell me to do it?
We'll do it. No, we'll do it Monday. So anyway, so we're gonna say goodbye and thank you so much for watching. And I checked it out yesterday. It's been 7 months. We've been doing every single weekdays. So thank you everybody for hanging with us and supporting us so much. We really appreciate it. Wonder what I'm gonna play for the out music.
You gotta play some stupid shit like you always do, like, instead of changing the new stuff. Doesn't matter. I can say whatever I want. You don't listen to me anyway. You listen to your, Red Ginger should be your consigliere because she advises you of everything.
What am I playing?
Oh, yes,
yeah, because there's just the 2 of us right now. That's why I'm playing that one.
I see the crystal raindrops fall.
I'm waiting for the rain.
When the sun comes shining through to make those rainbows in my mind. When I think of you sometime, and I want to spend some time with you, just the 2 of us. We can make it if we try, just the 2 of us.
Okay, we got 10 seconds.
Just the 2 of us, building castles in the sky. Just the 2 of us, you and I.
What am I saying?
We look for love, no time for tears. Wasted water's all that is, and it don't